I created this video to be able to show what it's actually like when you're in preparation mode for launch. And weeks like this one, where in my head I'm like, you should have worked harder, you should have been on top of things, you should have this, that, and the other. I can also sit back and actually look at what I did accomplish this week and know that I made all the right decisions. And unfortunately, sometimes things just take longer than you think they're going to take you. Hello friends, it's Wednesday, 1:33 p.m. I woke up this morning and I just felt so tired. And this is what I'm talking about during a launch. Remember, if you've been watching my videos, you'll know that I've been saying that launching is a lot like surfing a wave. And that as you're surfing the wave, you kind of have to be aware of what's happening around you, be able to like read your own internal signs. Your launch success is so reliant on your internal well-being and you being able to show up and actually get things done, that you have to be able to take a reading on how you're actually feeling as each day unfolds. And so this morning I woke up, I was really tired. We went on our morning walk at 6:30 in the morning, and it's a 45-minute walk up and down hills as many times as you can. Normally we get in at least 5. I think today we did 4.5, and I was just dead. So tired. We got home and I had two choices. Again, you're always kind of choosing how you want to show up as you're going through your launch. So I had two choices this morning: to either be stressed and concerned about how I was going to get all of my tasks done, or I could ease into the morning and really focus on prioritizing my well-being, how I'm feeling, so that when I do show up, I'm showing up from a place of confidence and feeling like my cup is full, instead of showing up from a place of being hard on myself and depletion. So what I decided to do was take the first half of the morning off. So I eased into my morning. Nick and I spent some time together. I did my reading. I cooked myself some lunch. As soon as I finished eating lunch, I was like, okay, I'm ready to dive back into my workday. So I started working at noon. So 12 on the dot, I started working. And you will have seen in my last launch diaries that I literally printed out all of my times. I knew exactly what I was doing at what time. That works for me sometimes, and sometimes that just doesn't work for me. Sometimes that's way too structured. So while yes, I did it last week every day and it worked and I really did enjoy it, this week I'm like, I really don't want to do that again. I just want to be easier on myself, and if something pops up, I just want to be flexible. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to fit in 3, maybe 4 more work sessions for the day. I'm timing it on my Apple Watch instead of like having it pre-written down somewhere. What I decided to do was to just use my watch and set a timer instead of having everything pre-written down. So when I started working, I set my timer for 52 minutes, and when I started my break, I set my timer for 17 minutes, and so on and so forth, with the goal of at least getting half a workday done, which would normally be about 3.5 52-minute work sessions. So that's what I'm currently doing. What I'm working on right now is actually our mission. So it's what we're going to be putting onto our website. Right now we have a site that I think it's called Our Promise. We want to update that, call it Our Mission. This is something that really matters to me, and it's kind of one of those things that I'm sure other people would look at and be like, that's just not important. But before a launch, what you really want to do is look around at all of your digital assets and really ask yourself, is this a true reflection of where my business is at right now? Is this a true reflection of how I want to be perceived if a potential Together Relaunch member goes to this site and sees this? So that's why we're kind of revitalizing the mission over on the website, because if you've been following me for any length of time, you will know that I really have built my brand to be the Instagram stories queen. You have probably seen me talk about it left, right, and center, unless you're new here. If you're new here, welcome. But for the last, I want to say 3 years, I've been building my brand as the Instagram stories queen. So now as I transform and shift and sidestep into launch strategist, it's really important that I take a look around, especially with this big launch coming up, to be like, okay, is everything in place? You know, let's do some housekeeping, some digital housekeeping. Let's just make sure that the forward-facing message is similar to how we're feeling internally. So that's what I'm working on right now. It's taking me longer than I was hoping, but I'm hoping to wrap it up soon. Another really big theme for us this week is working with a pep in your step. I spoke about it a lot in our team meeting, in the production meeting that we had yesterday. And so everyone on the team is really just trying to like pass things on, pass things on, pass things on. We've been using Airtable way more than ever before. We pretty much moved all of our tasks into Airtable. So we kind of told everyone like, listen, your personal task management is up to you. So I am actually still using Asana, but like everything lives in Airtable and Notion, and the system is working really well. So we're also kind of experiencing that that freshness of having moved everything into Airtable. And so yeah, that's where we're at right now. Today is also approvals day. So remember yesterday I told you guys that every single day I've divided it into tasks. Today's my approval task. So I'm trying to get as many approvals done today as possible and really just trying to stay focused during these work sessions. So that's the update. Let me know if you have any questions and I'll see you soon. While I work, I'm obsessed with looking back at my ideal client description and reminding myself of who she is, who I'm speaking to, who I'm trying to attract. Right now, I'm trying to confirm the 2 topic ideas for our bonus trainings that we're giving to every single person who joins the Ultimate Launch Bootcamp. So essentially, the Ultimate Launch Bootcamp is 5 days long. It's a live 5-day online bootcamp. And after the 5 days, we're having 2 bonus trainings. And those bonus trainings, essentially, it should be something that our ideal client is dying to find out. And so I'm sitting here basically just trying to confirm the 2 topics. So I've got the idea for the first topic, trying to confirm the idea for the second. So I am now wrapping up for the evening. It is 10:25 p.m. Today was supposed to be an approvals day and I did not get through all of the approvals that I wanted to get through, mainly because every time I go to approve anything, I feel like in order for this to be as good as it possibly can be, it needs more of my love and attention. And it's such a hard balance between knowing when to lean into that intuition and to lean into that guidance that this email or this whatever needs a little bit more, but also knowing the difference of being okay, nothing's ever going to be perfect. Done is better than perfect. So let's just get a move on. So it's a tug with my productive self and my artistic self. There's the artist inside of me that just wants to relish over every single detail in an email. And yeah, that's the truth behind Launch Diaries. However, I figure that tomorrow I'm gonna go through these and it's just gonna have to be done as better than perfect at this point because I can't obsess over these emails the way I want to. Not this time. This actually brings me to a core Together We Launch principle that I'm always talking about. Sometimes in your launch, there's things that you really want to focus on, but by focusing on them, you'd actually be taking away energy within the launch, right? So if you can't afford to expend that energy, if that task is going to take you away from a bunch of other places in your launch that really need you, then that task may be something to circle back to and really improve on the next time around. So I'm always making notes of these things, just writing down next time around, what do we really want to focus on? What should we put our love and attention to, what needs a little bit more TLC. It is Thursday morning, almost 11 a.m. I have an 11 a.m. meeting with Stacy, who's going to be reviewing Project Storyline. For anyone who doesn't know, there's 2 sides of my business. There's the Instagram story side and there's the launching side. So on the Instagram story side, we have a product called Project Storyline, and it's essentially a membership site that small business owners from all over the world can sign up for, and it gives them daily Instagram story prompts that are strategic from both a marketing and a sales perspective, so that they never have to wonder what to say on Instagram stories. They can just show up and hopefully spend as little time as possible on Instagram stories and make the biggest impact from a marketing perspective. So we have a conversation now to just review Project Storyline, and we do this every single month because we're constantly trying to raise the bar, up the game, all that jazz. But there's also a part of me right now that's just Project Storyline in this moment is not my focus because we are right before a big launch. But as the leader, I gotta show up, I gotta be there, and I want my team to know that I'm present for these things. So I'm about to hop on that call. This morning has been a little bit tumultuous. Energetically, I just feel super tired. We're now on day 10. Yeah, it's day 10 of 75 Hard. In case you missed it, I decided to do a 75-day challenge. I'm committing to it for at least 30 days. or until I'm just fed up of it and I'm done with it. So I'm not sure how long I'm committing to it for, but it's been 10 days and you have to work out twice every single day for 45 minutes. And I think it's starting to wear on my body. Like my whole body just feels sore and tired. So I decided to start my day a little bit later than usual. Also because I was working late into the night last night. So as you can see, scheduling wise, everything seems to have shifted a little bit. Whereas last week I was really on top of my schedule, going to bed at 8, waking up at 5. This week I am working later into the night. I'm still waking up every morning at, what time? Like 5:45, 6 a.m. to be out of the house and working out by 6:30. So yeah, it's 11, so it's time for the meeting. So I'm going to hop on and that's that.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's recording in progress. So look at that.
It was me.
So Alex is walking in as Alex.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi.
How are you, babe?
I'm good. I'm a little, I'm just overwhelmed with housework, but besides that, I'm good.
God, you just like close your door.
Well, for a certain amount of time, yeah. Here she is. Nick? I mean, that's the one. I think it's the best one they could have chosen. Isn't that the one you were hoping for?
And it best suits my style.
Yeah. You'll always be able to look at that. Anyone can look at that and know it's a Nicholas Huggins. What an achievement. You should be so proud.
Nice.
So cool. How many are we gonna buy?
I don't know.
You should buy at least 5 of them. Put in your office.
True.
Like they need to be on display.
Balance dad. My dad.
It's a huge deal.
Yeah.
But you wanna think about like your office in 10 years and how you'd wanna display it then. And make sure you have enough to do what you wanna do.
I think this is a wonderful idea because what we're having an issue with is that before you were like, Laura, can you do this? Or Cindy, can you do this? But without the guide, without of like what you want, we do it and then you come back and you're like, that's not what I wanted. And it's like, okay, well, what did you want?
Yeah.
You know, this is exactly solving that problem and I love it. I like it, yeah. And again, I'm never, to be clear with you, I'm never looking at a task and being like, why is this still with Alex? It's more like,
No,
if
I
I
know.
see it happening, this is like 100 times better than what we've done in the past,
Yeah.
you know?
I think for me, it's just like, I'm so sick and tired of working on one thing for weeks. But then when I actually stop and think about it, that's my work process. Like, I write down ideas, I write down what's in my head, and then I let it breathe. And then I come back to it and I'm like, oh, well, I thought I could do this and I could add that and whatever. So it's like a constant layering. It doesn't just happen in one go.
Yeah.
That's why you'll see, like, I mean, even if you just look at these idea dates, you know,
Yeah.
this is something that happens, like, as my day goes, I have a thought, and I'm like, oh, write it down. And all day yesterday, I was like, weird that I haven't heard anything. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna figure out the
So-
system. We'll get
Yeah, exactly. And I nudged you this morning because I project managed and I said, oh, this is delayed.
So I need to,
But
like,
the-
write down my new order of things, because I think I'm just,
It's a lot, it's a lot.
it's a lot.
Give yourself grace because it's a lot. Anyway, back to the other thing. This is a very specific example right now, just happened on what she was talking about. You need to give yourself grace because if you don't take care of yourself, then you can't pour from an empty cup. And therefore, you can't focus on your business if you haven't focused on yourself first, which is what the email was about today. Anyway, full circle.
So
I
this
don't
could be like a mindset for your team bonus. In other words, you understanding that I need to be taken care of in order for the business to succeed. That's something we learned because I burnt out, I think.
I mean, in a way, yes, because it was like,
It was like now Alex is useless because she just disappears whenever she's overwhelmed.
but I also think that it helps that we're best friends. So I was seeing it when you started burning out, when you started like phasing out, it was like this dual thing of like, if I pushed you more business-wise, personally, I was seeing you collapse. And if I, you know, it's like, then you start realizing, so it could have been that, yeah. Although I feel like we all understood why it was important for you to have the massages and to have the breaks beforehand.
That's
I guess
true.
it's just solidified now. Now we
I
have
guess
that
it's
example.
more like baked into our culture now of like, protect Alex's time, protect Alex's energy.
Yeah, so it could be some sort of, I guess, but okay, so now we're talking about a separate bonus.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to like also cap bonuses. I know they're very important.
Well, I
but
think
also,
what we need to do is just like pool all the ideas,
got it.
and then we'll decide these are the 3 that we're moving ahead with, or these are the 5 that we're moving ahead with, or whatever.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and maybe this is what the bonus is. It's you and me, casually speaking, not so casually, but like we have talking points about why it's important to support the CEO, why it's important
Correct.
for the team to understand what the CEO needs, why you can't pour from an empty cup. So this is kind of like a,
Laura's co-working sessions, right. So again, this was from Alyssa. She said, it was valuable giving people the opportunity to pick Laura's brain. They want to speak to the one supporting the business owner. Laura is a part of Alex's spine. Her words, not mine. I was like, that's an interesting way of looking at it.
it should be more of like a live Q&A of like, here are the questions submitted and I answer them. Okay, let's do once a month, and what we can do is that through the community or through the program, we're always feeding of like, and make sure to input your questions so that when the once a month thing comes by, hopefully there's 10 questions for me to discuss, you know what I mean? And like prepare or whatever. Say Laura's operation management live Q&A or something. Pre-sale first purchaser promo when selling Ultimate Launch Bootcamp, and we do it for the people that are on the wait list. So this is like why it's important to get on the wait list. Then they get the chance to buy first. Then we can do that 5 p.m. purchaser promo.
When are we opening it to the public?
Well, right now it's July 5th, so that's what I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, how do we do this? We say it's, and we can tell the whole public like it's being, it's opening on July 5th, but the first hour is only for the people on the wait list or something like that. And
It's basically like if you want to participate in the first purchaser promo, you have to be on the wait list. And then maybe we could also throw in like another bonus. If we could think of a bonus to give the Ultimate Launch Boot Campers that they get immediately, if they're on the wait list, that would be beneficial, but like...
You're like such a bonus happy, like, what do you call it? It's like, throw bonuses all the way.
We'll give them this bonus, we'll give them... I'm like, Oprah, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car.
There's a word for this, it's like...
Generous as So, I'm not gonna lie, today was an extremely difficult day. It felt like an emotional roller coaster, hearing some bad news about my granny situation.
Hey,
Hey.
you okay? What's wrong?
Nothing. I spoke to Mom, and basically they found a lump in Granny's breast today.
Yeah, she mentioned it.
But I'm fine. I wish I was there with her.
Yeah.
I miss her.
These things in life are always gonna pop up, and I don't even know what to say. The truth is that the most important thing for me is always to make sure that I'm well. And a day like today is a really good example of a time when I just needed to be sad and just needed to press pause on absolutely everything else that's going on. And that's what I needed today. So that's what I did. I'm hoping that tomorrow will be a better day. Tomorrow I have half the day. Tomorrow I work for the first half of the day, and then I'm babysitting for the second half of the day. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit, in terms of the launch, I'm feeling really aligned in terms of the content that I'm creating, the response that I'm getting from everyone online. People are loving Launch Diaries, and I'm actually having conversations with people who are my ideal clients, and I know that that's just me like building relationships and really establishing myself as a launch strategist in the right communities. So all of that's going really well, and I'm enjoying that. Like, connecting with people about their launches is one of my favorite things to do. So I'm having a lot of fun. I'm really clear on the high vibe nature of the people that I want to attract into the next round of Together Relaunch. And so having these conversations with people in my DMs about their launches is getting me excited for the caliber of people that are going to be in the next Together Relaunch group. So I feel really good about that. I also feel really good about our systems right now. Systems seem to be working incredibly well. So there's a lot happening behind the scenes in terms of how the team manages tasks and just making it far more efficient, and that's really exciting. And also everything that we're implementing, we're including in Together Relaunch so that people can take all the things that we're using and use it for themselves. So that also feels really good, and it also feels like it's helping us to develop Together Relaunch to be an even better program, which is exactly why we pushed this launch back, was because we wanted the time to really dig into Together Relaunch and just make it this next level experience for the next live group. My granny's cancer spreading was awful news, but life gives you what life gives you. And so I'm struggling so much because I feel like all of the things that I used to say with ease, like everything happens for a reason, or everything happens for you and not to you, it just doesn't serve me anymore in this situation. I think that's why it's so difficult for me. I read something the other day. It was like, instead of life is happening for you, not to you, you should think life happens and you choose how to, you give it meaning. Life happens and you give it meaning, and you get to choose how you give something meaning. So I'm trying to look at it that way instead of everything's happening for you, not to you, because right now the idea that this could be beneficial in any way is just so preposterous to me. But alas, I feel like I'm getting off topic. And this is the problem. It's like, generally, I feel really positive about the work that I'm doing, but emotionally, I feel like a wreck. And Laura actually was texting me earlier, and she was like, you need to start seeing them as two separate things. Like, it's okay for you to have fun in your business and thrive in your business and enjoy your business, and simultaneously be dealing with this horrific family event in your personal life, and they can be two separate things. And I think I'm just struggling with that, because this huge life-changing event just feels like nothing else could possibly be more important. So I'm so tired. I totally forgot to do my 75 hard exercise. I didn't forget. That's a frickin' lie. Today, I put off exercising until the very last minute, to the point where I was like, I'm not doing 75 hard anymore. Like, I'm just so over it. You know, I need to relax and really just take care of myself and not be, you know, stressed about having to do the 75 hard challenge. And finally, I was like, okay, let me just do some yoga. So I rolled out my mat to do the yoga, and every single time that I don't want to work out and I choose to just do the easiest yoga session that I can find, and for me that's like the deep stretch yogas or like a bedtime yoga, that's what I just did. You don't burn a lot of calories, but I don't think it's about the burning the calories. I think for me it's just about like slowing down and being present with my body, and even just the act of that is so beneficial to my mental health and to how I feel. So it's like, you hate doing it in the moment, like hate, this is the last thing I wanted to do, but then you do it and you're like, you know what, this was a smart decision for my mental health. And on that note, I'm going to bed. It's 8:50, it's past my bedtime. I'm supposed to be like switched off of work, getting ready for bed by 8, and then in bed, ready to sleep at 9. Yeah, okay. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, end of the week. I think it's currently, I'm not really sure, I think it's like 8 o'clock. Yesterday was a rough day because I got some bad news about my granny, so I ended up spending the second half of the day basically just giving myself that time to do whatever I wanted and process that information. Today is day 11 of 75 hard, and I woke up this morning and the last thing on planet Earth I wanted to do was any kind of exercise. So I think in week 1 I was like, yeah, this is fine, this is easy, I feel great. I genuinely felt so good in week 1, and now that we're on day 11, I would say for the past 3 days I've just been feeling like death, not wanting to do the challenge. Even yesterday, like after I got the bad news about my granny, I was like, I'm done with this challenge. But I ended up working out anyway. I stuck to it, guys. alas, I'm about to make us breakfast, and today I have a few hours in the morning to get some work done. And then we have Irie coming to visit for the second half of the day. And then we are going to exercise up by Trudy for the third part of the day, followed by probably an evening lime. It's Friday and we have a bubble. So I assume we're gonna go up by Trudy's house and enjoy the evening together. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, Granny, I heard you had some bad news yesterday.
I know, but what can I say? I'm being thoroughly spoiled,
Good.
and I was surprised that the doctors are very, very quick. I'm amazed he's gonna see me on, and he called personally and spoke to me.
Good.
So you know, I'm chuffed for that.
Yeah, and I'm glad. I hear that you have an appointment with him on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So that's good. And the new treatment's starting on Wednesday.
My birthday was fantastic.
I know.
They all came, and
Oh gosh, Granny, well, I'm so proud of you. You're so strong. And I know that you're gonna get through this, and the chemotherapy, the new treatment's gonna be really good for you. So I'm excited.
let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah. I'll send you guys some pictures.
You are smothered with love.
As are you, Granny. I love you.
Are you thirsty?
No.
No? Do you want some water?
Yes.
Nick, can you get her water, please? Say thank you, Nick. Cheers. It's a hippo.
That's a rhino.
Oh yeah, it's a rhino.
That's a baby rhino.
That's a baby rhino.
It's not hippo, it's a rhino. It's not hippo, that's a rhino.
Very true. Do you know what that is?
A goat.
Yes, Irie, well done. Look, Irie, look. Do you know what that is?
That's baby rabbit.
No.
A pig.
It goes, yes, it's a pig. It goes,
A cat. He's so funny.
he is funny.
He's funny.
He looks like he's gonna play carnival.
Caramel.
Carnival.
Yeah, look, a turtle.
A turtle.
Surprise!
Surprise. Oh God. Are you okay? Okay, let's be a little bit more calm. Irie, should we meditate?
No.
I'm gonna meditate, okay?
No, I went. Surprise! Bye, everyone.
Thanks so much for watching.
Thanks for watching.
We hope that you like and subscribe to this video.
Subscribe to the video.
No, you have to say like and subscribe.
Wait. Nina, what is that?
Oh, okay.
Eigentlich Herde. It's very different to the other photos.
I know, I'm trying to be a little more,
Pro.
not pro, I think edgy is the word.
Slick.
Less bubblegum. It is currently Saturday evening, 8 p.m. I'm sitting in my very dark living room. I created this video to be able to show what it's actually like when you're in preparation mode for launch. And weeks like this one, where in my head I'm like, you should have worked harder, you should have been on top of things, you should have this, that, and the other. I can also sit back and actually look at what I did accomplish this week and know that I made all the right decisions. And unfortunately, sometimes things just take longer than you think they're going to take you. What I've noticed after launching for the last 10 years is that you need these moments to balance out the other moments. You have to go through this part in order to go where it is that you're trying to go. I think that's really hard for some people to understand. And I think when you're just getting started with launching, you go through this kind of like, you really beat up on yourself if you don't follow your launch plan. And I guess for me, I've just realized that beating up on myself slows me down even more. Whereas if I'm just kind to myself and I'm like, oh, you need a break right now, or like you need to take things a little bit slower, or you need to not have an hour by hour routine this week, cool. Like I'm here to serve you and I'm here to make sure that you're good. That's the meaning of wellness to me, right? It's about knowing yourself and knowing that you're only going to be able to perform your best when you are well taken care of, and that it's your job to take care of yourself. So instead of me completely losing this entire week to me just being in a funk, I was able to show up in the moments that I could show up and do the best that I could in those moments. And I got a lot done. I got a new biopic. I did that today, by the way. I didn't even tell you about my day today. Okay, so I was gonna end the vlog yesterday, but we were babysitting at the end of the day, and I don't know why, I just completely forgot to wrap up the vlog. So then I woke up today and I was like, actually, Saturday is a work day for me. You know, like, why am I just trying to vlog the Monday to Friday, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go until Saturday. So I'll vlog today. But then it's also kind of like it's a Saturday, you know? You don't want to be spending your whole time thinking about a vlog. So what I decided to do is just film kind of the bare bones of what I was up to behind the scenes. So I did a photo shoot. It was very low key, just me and a tripod, and Nick came in to help from time to time. And I think it looks really good considering what I used to create it. And considering the response, like the response to this photograph was mind-boggling to me. Like it's just so funny, the things that get attention, you know? So that's been some food for thought as well. I'm really happy I did the photo shoot. I had spoken to Laura earlier in the week and she made it clear that actually doing an entire photo shoot for our sales pages and everything like I had wanted to do originally, right now it's too late. So what had happened was I had organized this shoot to happen with this great photographer here in Trinidad, and it was gonna be like just a really well done photo shoot that we could use for Together We Launch promotion, including like the sales page, and basically just launch with a visual bang. And then of course the pandemic happened, and everything just kind of didn't go the way I wanted it to go. And then of course we went into a state of emergency where households are not allowed to mix and you're not allowed to go outside unless it's essential. So I was waiting for things to ease up. Things aren't easing up. So I spoke to Laura and I was like, Lau, I feel like I need to just get this photo shoot done. And like, we can't wait any longer. And she was like, it's already too late. Don't do the photo shoot, because even if we had the photos, we don't have the time to update every single website, da 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 da. And so I was like, cool. But something occurred to me yesterday when I was on the floor while Irie was sleeping, that having a new profile picture it's just something that breathes life into a brand, right? So I decided, okay, if I'm not updating any of the other photos, let me at least just update this one. So that's what I did. Now it's like 8 p.m. and I've just realized that I have not done my second 45-minute exercise for the day. So I'm going to put you down and do a workout.